Search engines prioritize content from platforms like forums and review sites because they offer real world value, right? Real people saying real things, real opinions. Now, another big topic too that came up a lot, and I think you're all seeing it, I know we are as well, we've kind of jumped on the bandwagon too, is community-driven search results. So community-driven search results are influenced by user-generated content, online forums, social media platforms, and other customer reviews. These results are reflecting the opinions, the experiences, and the discussions of real users that make them highly trusted by the search engines and the audiences. And so platforms like Reddit and Quora and other local review sites are playing a vital role in shaping how businesses are perceived and discovered. I know we're seeing a lot more Reddit and Quora showing up at the top of Google these days. You probably are as well, okay? And that's why, right? Because Google is starting to prioritize, again, real expertise, right? Real world results. And so, so people who are conversing on Reddit and Quora, they typically are people that actually, dealt with something. Now, of course, you gotta know who you're dealing with too, right? Let's face it, not everybody on Reddit or Quora are experts. They might think they are, right? So you have to make, educated, assumptions about who you're talking to. Don't listen to everybody that you see there. Let's face it. But at least you're getting some opinions. If you see very similar opinions from lots of people, then maybe you're like, maybe I shouldn't do that. In fact, I'll give you another perfect real world example. Just the other day, I had a client of mine who actually who left us for a little while, and he's come back recently. It's only been about 3 months or so, and he went with a company who's doing some other stuff for him called Hibu, Hibu. Well, I was curious about what Hibu did, so I looked up Hibu, and let me tell you, on Reddit, there's nothing but people saying they're a ripoff, they're a scam, they do this, they do that, they do this, they do that. And I sent that to the client. I said, do you know about Hibu? Did you see this stuff yet? Like, take a look at this. It wasn't like one person. There was like a whole bunch of people talking about, like, not worth it. They're doing this or taking your money, whatever. Now, again, I'm not saying anything bad about Hibu. I've never used their service. I'm just telling you what I read on a community-driven search result like Reddit, where a bunch of people were complaining about them. And if I'm Hibu, like, that's going to be a problem for me, right? I need to do something about that. I got to get on that. So why is it important in 2025? Well, it's trust and authenticity, right? Trust, there we go. It's part of EEAT, right? Users trust recommendations and insights from their peers over traditional advertising or marketing content, especially if they can interact with people, right? Same thing with like reviews. We trust reviews from lots of people on sites. We go, okay, well, there's a lot of really good reviews here. People saying really good things. I'm going to buy into these guys, or I'm going to go with these guys. I like what people are saying about them. It improves visibility, right? Search engines prioritize content from platforms like forums and review sites because they offer real world value, right? Real people saying real things, real opinions. Of course, we know about opinions and, they can be like too. But so you got to temper those things, right? You got to know who do you want to really listen to, right? Don't just take the word of one person. Look at many people. Look at many of these things. Really understand, is this a problem, or is this just somebody had a bad day or is having a bad experience? Or is this just, quote unquote, a Karen, for argument's sake, right? It happens, let's face it. There's also enhanced engagement, right? By participating in community discussions, it allows businesses even to directly connect with their audience and build long-term relationships with them too. This is something that Sean and I have talked about doing a lot more of on my part, like getting more involved in forums and communities and really talking a bit more and really putting out some expertise within them, not to try to sell anything, but just to be that expert in there, be someone that's offering value and content so that we become recognized and help to build those long-term relationships that maybe people can come to me when they're ready. And then best practices for success with this is to encourage user reviews. That's one of the big ones, right? Ask those satisfied customers to leave reviews on platforms like Google and Facebook, Yelp, Trustpilot, or if you're like a travel thing on TripAdvisor, things like that, right? Highlight positive testimonials on your website and social media, right? It's great to take things that other people have said, nice, kind words people have said, let other people know that people are talking nice about you, right? Throw it out there on your website, put it out there on social media. Maybe use it as a Google post for one day and say, and say thank you for somebody. Respond to reviews quickly, both positive and negative, to show that you value customer feedback. Don't don't just review or respond to the negative ones. Respond to all reviews and quickly. The quicker you can do it, the better it is for you. Engage on forums and communities, right? Actively participate in discussions on platforms like Reddit, Quora, LinkedIn. Even if you're getting lots of comments on YouTube, right? If you have a YouTube channel, getting comments there, try to respond to those. or any other industry-specific forums or types like that might be out there. Provide helpful answers. Establish yourself as an authority in your niche by doing that, and avoid overt self-promotion and focusing on adding value to the conversation. Just give answers, help people. If you're helpful, people are going to want to talk to you, right? They're going to ask about you. I mean, I'm starting to see just from some of the stuff that we're posting out now on LinkedIn and so on. All of a sudden, I'm starting to get inquiries about being on podcasts and being interviewed all of a sudden because like we're starting to put out a lot of value and content out there. And people are like, hey, this guy, has got some stuff, he's got something to say. Let me talk to him. Let's see if he wants to be, interviewed. And of course, we're saying yes to almost all of these things now. Actually, we just had an item. I'll show it to you real quick while we're there. We just got interviewed. There I am. For Digital Trailblazers. It's youtube.com/@digitaltrailblazers. And you can see they've got a new one. Just came out yesterday, I think, 3 days ago. AI SEO strategy to get ranked in 2025. Check them out if you get a chance. YouTube at Digital Trailblazers. And you can check out their videos with mine in there as well. They have a bunch of good stuff there. I've been looking through a few of their things. So, yeah, check it out. Anyway. Avoid that overt self-promotion like I just did and focus on adding value to the conversation. Share user-generated content like photos and testimonials, videos featuring your products or services or things that you do. Create shareable content that sparks conversation, encourages community involvement, and of course, use any of those social listening tools to track mentions, engage with your audience in real time so that you can really go one-to-one with people as they're leaving stuff and not, because I know sometimes we wind up leaving things for like a day or two. It's always better if you get it right away. You can maybe even get a conversation going that way too. So, as far as conclusions, by embracing this community-driven search results, businesses can build strong relationships with their audience, boost their credibility, and create really valuable connections that can drive both visibility and trust. And let's face it, even if the people that you are talking to don't need your services, they may have someone that asks them about service and think, oh yeah, I know this guy. I've been talking to him in this community thing in Reddit. Let me give you his number. Let me give you his name. Let me get his information for you. That's also going to happen too.